2000s gave us three of the dumbest viral stars ever: Tuah Girl, The Island Boys, and Salt Bae. One spat out a dirty joke.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk Tuah and spit on that thing, you get me?
Two mumbled nonsense in a pool.
I'm an island boy and I've been trying to make.
And one guy turned sprinkling salt into a full-time career.
Salt Bae isn't everyone's bae anymore.
And for a hot second, they were everywhere. Millions of views, cash rolling in, celebrities lining up. But instead of turning memes into real careers, they speed ran their own downfalls. Haley Welch, commonly referred to as Tuah Girl, cashed out with a crypto scam.
You do anything with crypto?
Yeah, I do a lot with crypto, actually. I've got a shit ton of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Oh yeah, if I want a meme coin, can I give you some tokens?
Yeah, I'll give you my wallet. I'll give you my wallet.
Okay.
The Island Boys kissed each other on OnlyFans.
Going on with you two kissing each other and shit.
Shut your ass up before I break this shit.
Dude, hey, yo, that ass, I would love to see you try that shit.
Bro, what are you talking
I would love to see you try that shit.
And Salt Bae went from feeding celebrities to stealing from his employees' tips. Three one-hit wonders who proved internet fame isn't about talent. It's about how fast your ego, stupidity, or greed can blow it all up. It all started with one street interview. A random girl asked a random question, and she drops the now infamous line about how she'd hawk Tuah on it. Boom. Overnight, she wasn't just a person, she was the meme.
Hot 2 3 4, hot 2 3 4.
Millions quoting her, remixing her, making shirts, TikToks, the whole 9 yards.
I'm from Russia! Russia! Number one! Iran! Number one! USA! Exactly! The original hot Tuah! We're gonna sue the shit out of you!
Russia! Number one! Iran! Number one! USA! Hot Tuah!
For one shining moment, Haley Welch was America's spit queen. Now, most people would have taken that lightning in a bottle moment and at least tried to stretch it into something halfway decent. Comedy skits, collabs, maybe even OnlyFans like the internet kept predicting. But Haley? She looked at her 15 minutes of fame and thought, you know what this needs? A pump and dump crypto scam. So she launched Hawk Token. Yes, a meme coin from a meme girl.
Hey y'all, it's Haley, and I just want to say thank you for joining my space, and I also want to thank you for my 15,000 holders. We got snipe botted today, but we didn't sell a single token. This is just a launch, and I want to tell you I'm here to stay. The plan is to give these coins to my real fans, the ones that buy my merch, watch my podcast, donate to my charity. And I also wanted to tell you that I learned a lot along the way, but I just want to say screw the sniper bots, and I'm not going anywhere.
Fans bought in. She cashed out. And when the whole thing imploded, instead of taking accountability, she cried on camera like she was auditioning for a soap opera. Viewers weren't buying it. As one commenter perfectly put it, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But Haley wasn't done embarrassing herself. She doubled down with a comeback interview hosted by FaZe Banks, where she tried to paint herself as the victim.
Thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry, everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
Between fake tears, she shoved a sponsored ad in the middle of her apology.
So basically how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like a, what do they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, oh, we're going to change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto is going to be a good place. And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it. And it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up here.
Because nothing says sincerity like profiting off the people you just scammed. When confronted by CoffeeZilla, she didn't answer hard questions. She just called him scary.
Pre-sale tokens go? Why did y'all unlock day one so people could dump on Haley Welch's fans? And how involved was she really?
That's right. This girl thought the real villain in all of this wasn't the rug pull. It was CoffeeZilla's voice. Fans immediately roasted her with comments like, she speed-ran internet fame. Her career was literally just a blowjob joke with a crypto rug add-on. The truth is, she never had a career to begin with. Her one viral moment was a dirty punchline. And instead of writing it into comedy sketches or quirky internet personality territory, she torched it all for a quick payday. What she could have done was lean into the meme, play the dumb blonde comedian role, and build an actual following. But nah, too short-sighted, too greedy. And now, she's the textbook example of how to fumble a viral bag. And if you thought one girl tanking her career over spittin' crypto was bad, wait until you meet the Island Boys. Two walking mugshots who managed to turn singing in a pool into millions, then flushed it all away faster than their hair dye. It all started in October 2021. Two heavily tattooed twins sitting in a pool, mumbling, "I'm an island boy," like a broken record.
I'm an island boy, and I've been trying to make.
The video went nuclear. Millions of views, parodies everywhere. Even Snoop Dogg couldn't resist roasting them.
Gang, they got to use that word. I'm speechless. Two goofballs in the pool.
You know why I'm not speechless?
Why?
Because I'm an island. I'm an island boy.
And just like that, Alex aka Fly Asulia and Frankie aka Kodiak Red went from nobodies with face tats to viral sensations. For a hot second, they were raking it in. $40,000 to $60,000 a day from cameos, brand deals, and features. But here's the catch. Their success wasn't because they were good. It was because they were so bad that people couldn't look away. And instead of realizing they were memes, they convinced themselves they were musical prodigies.
I'll pull it like a trying to be the greatest, trying to be his finest. Yeah, I'm an island boy.
Kodak Black even offered to sign them, but their egos were too big. They turned him down, bragging about being independent. They were too dumb to recognize the one lifeline that could have saved their careers. Then came the Logan Paul Impulsive podcast, where George Janko gave them solid advice about investing their money.
I think if God forbid it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest it in something. So you guys will never ever be broke again.
And they responded by blowing up, threatening to walk out, and flexing about making more money than George.
I don't need financial advice when I probably make more money than you.
From there, it was a masterclass in self-destruction. They blew through their cash on cars and jewelry, then, like true visionaries, sold the rights to their only hit song. When the money dried up, they were left with nothing but bad tattoos and worse decisions. And desperate times called for desperate content. They created an OnlyFans. At first, it was suggestive pics, but then came the infamous video of them making out. Yes, the Island Boys decided incest was their ticket back to the spotlight, and for a few days, it worked. They went viral again, but instead of clout, they just secured the title of Most Disturbing Twins on the Internet. By then, bookings dried up, their cameo price dropped, and Frankie spiraled into arrests, drugs, and near homelessness.
I just want to send my condolences to the family that this tragedy has happened. It's very sad.
Alex wasn't much better. He started using his newborn's health struggles as TikTok content. As one comment put it, two goofballs in a pool, now two clowns circling the drain. The sad part? They actually could have turned things around. They had millions of followers, endless meme potential, and a chance to reinvent themselves as comedy acts or parody rappers. But instead, they doubled down on drama, arrogance, and literal brother-on-brother content. And now, the Island Boys are less of a meme and more of a cautionary tale. Proof that you can go viral for being stupid, but you'll stay broke for being arrogant. So far, we've had a girl who scammed her true fans with crypto and twins who thought incest was a business model. But don't worry, the stupidity buffet isn't over yet. Next up is Salt Bae, the steak-sprinkling butcher who went from rubbing shoulders with celebrities to getting kicked out for trying to crash the Champions League after party. Back in 2017, Salt Bae was the guy, a Turkish butcher who went viral for slicing meat and sprinkling salt like he was casting a spell. The video blew up, the memes rolled in, and suddenly, Nusser et Gökçe was rubbing elbows with A-listers, serving gold-covered steaks, and acting like the world's sexiest meat dealer. And credit where it's due, he cashed in fast. He opened luxury steakhouses from New York to Dubai, charging people $1,800 for a tomahawk steak wrapped in gold foil.
$1,200 for two people?
$25 for dessert, and $10 for a can of Red Bull. And people actually lined up to pay it, not for the food, but for the chance to get a selfie while this guy theatrically showered their beef with sodium. But here's the twist. Behind the glittering gold steaks, the food was garbage. His New York burger joint was literally ranked the worst restaurant in the city. Reviews dragged him for serving steaks that felt like shoe leather, undercooked food, and service that felt like a scam. Customers realized they weren't eating in a high-end restaurant. They were eating at a clout factory. And Salt Bae didn't care. He wasn't running a restaurant empire, he was running an ego empire. He bragged about $100,000 receipts like they were trophies. He strutted around shirtless, posing like a discount runway model, more obsessed with Instagram than with whether his food was edible. Then came the scandals. In 2018, one of his fire stunts went wrong and injured 4 people, third-degree burns, hospitalizations. Salt Bae's response was to pretend it never happened. The same year, he served a lavish meal to Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro, while Venezuela was literally starving.
Borche posted the videos of Maduro's recent visit on his Instagram, seen by nearly 16 million followers. But the post drew considerable backlash from critics who noted that as Maduro treats himself to this lavish meal, citizens of his country are going hungry.
Backlash erupted. Politicians weighed in, and Salt Bae deleted the videos. But in true Salt Bae fashion, never apologized. Behind the scenes, things were even uglier. Business Insider exposed lawsuits about stolen tips, workers forced to fake lines outside, women told to wear revealing outfits, and staff getting fired on the spot for the crime of breaking a glass cup. Imagine working 13-hour shifts while your boss is out there sprinkling salt on a steak, like it's fine art. But his true downfall came on the biggest stage of all, the 2022 FIFA World Cup final. Argentina had just won. Messi was in tears, the whole world watching. And here comes Salt Bae, shoving himself onto the pitch like he'd just scored the winning goal. He grabbed Messi for photos, pestered half the team, and, worst of all, grabbed the actual World Cup trophy and posed with it like he'd earned it. FIFA banned him from future events, and the internet roasted him into oblivion. One comment summed it up perfectly: clout chasing on an epic level. What an idiot. Since then, the empire has been crumbling. US restaurants shutting down, London profits cut in half, social media engagement tanking. Today, Salt Bae is a forgotten relic, proof that ego ages like milk. He could have been the Turkish Gordon Ramsay if he'd focused on food and stayed humble. Instead, he chose to be a narcissist with a salt fetish. So we've had the spit girl who thought she was Warren Buffett, the Poole twins who thought incest was a business plan, and the butcher who thought he was Gordon Ramsay with glitter. Different people, different scandals, but their downfall all boiled down to the same 3 ingredients: ego, greed, and pure unfiltered stupidity. So how could things have gone differently? Believe it or not, all 3 had golden opportunities handed to them on a silver platter. Well, in Salt Bae's case, maybe a gold-plated steak platter. But instead of building careers, they chose chaos. Let's talk about what they should have done if they weren't too busy tripping over their own egos. Here's the part that really hurts. All 3 of these clowns actually had clear, easy paths to stay relevant. But instead of walking through open doors, they ran headfirst into brick walls. Tuah girl could have leaned into her meme fame by going full, quirky internet comedian. She had the looks, the accent, and the virality to build a solid niche in YouTube skits, podcasts, or collabs with other creators. Heck, even starting an OnlyFans, like half the internet predicted, would have been less embarrassing than shilling a rug pull coin. But no, she chose to act like the Wolf of Wall Street while barely understanding what crypto even meant. And now, she's remembered less as a funny meme and more as the girl who turned spit into a scam. The Island Boys had an even easier blueprint: embrace the meme. They were clowns, and people loved laughing at them. They could have pivoted into parody rappers, leaned into self-deprecating humor, or built a goofy YouTube channel where they made fun of themselves. That would have bought them years of internet relevance. Instead, they insisted they were musical geniuses, rejected real help, fought everyone who tried to give them advice, and eventually made out with each other on OnlyFans. That's not a career plan. That's a cry for help with a paywall. And Salt Bae. This one's tragic. He had the perfect setup, a hard-working rags-to-riches story, a viral moment, and a growing empire. All he had to do was double down on food quality, treat his staff decently, and stay humble. If he'd played it smart, he could have been the Turkish Gordon Ramsay, beloved, respected, and relevant for decades. Instead, he priced steaks like they were gold bars, exploited his employees, and treated fame like a runway show. The result? A reputation in ruins, failing restaurants, and FIFA security treating him like an overzealous fanboy. The pattern here is obvious. All three had simple ways to turn short-term clout into long-term stability, but they were too arrogant, too greedy, or just too dumb to realize it. They didn't lose because the internet turned on them. They lost because they sabotaged themselves. Tuah Girl, the Island Boys, and Salt Bae. Three people who had the world's attention in their hands and managed to drop it faster than a hot plate at one of Salt Bae's restaurants. Their stories are different, but their endings rhyme. Too much ego, too much greed, and not nearly enough brains. They weren't ruined by haters, or by bad luck, or by the cruel internet. They were ruined by themselves. So here's the final lesson. Viral fame is like fast food. It's quick, greasy, and it feels good for about 5 minutes. But if you don't know how to handle it, you'll end up just like Tuah, the Island Boys, and Salt Bae, remembered not as stars, but as punchlines in the world's longest-running roast.